What we're going to do is we're actually going to go over how to take, a post, or a new blog, a picture, whatever it is, and set up an ad. Okay, and we're going to actually set up an ad. So this is what we're going to do. So this is my like page, right? So you're going to come up here and actually let's do one that I have never done before. So let's go. Let's just say this were a blog post, okay? This little picture right here. Now you're going to go over to Boost Post, okay? So there's two different types of things from this site that you can actually drive traffic to, right? So you can drive traffic to your actual website, so Boost page, which I don't really mess with too much. I try to keep everything pretty organic for this, and then you come down here to the picture, and you can go Boost Post. So watch this. So we'll click Boost Post. Give it a sec. Okay, now I want to talk about what we see here. So here's obviously the picture. Okay, this is what the person will see on their Facebook feed. Okay, now this is kind of what I was talking about when you come up with a blog post, you want to have like that natural audience, right? Whoever's already on your feed, but there is a way to buy your audience as well. Now I don't mean like you're gonna buy just X amount of readers and they're automatically on your post. It's all kind of like an algorithm, right? It's all math, and you want to pay attention to the math, right? So here, let's just say, let's do, can we do a new audience? Let's create a new audience, okay? So this is what you would basically be looking at. Let's see here. Let's go. These are just some of the tags that I've had. I'll show you what it looks like when there's none. So this is actually taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. Basically, I guess I don't have to delete them all. Basically what happens is, guys, is depending on what kind of post it is, right? So if I have a t-shirt, I have a tattoo entrepreneurial t-shirt line, and so what I'll do with that is I'll make sure that the people with the interests of tattoos, entrepreneurship, cool t-shirts, whatever it is, I will make sure that those are the taglines that I put in here for interests, right? So people who have actually gone and liked certain pages on Facebook under those interests will be the people that actually see my post. Okay, so it's very important, and this is going to be kind of where you do a lot of your testing to see what works and see what doesn't work. If you do something network marketing related or blogging related or real estate related or whatever, you're going to make sure that you want in your interest things that have to do with that. So people, you're kind of almost assuming, okay, listen, if I know somebody that has actually liked MLM or an MLM page, then those are some of the people that I want to see whatever the post is. Not necessarily for blogging, but like obviously we have blogger here, blogger, blogging, whatever you want to put down there, entrepreneur, stuff like that. Those would be different taglines you'd want for blogger. It's kind of like, hit or miss. You want to test certain things out. Like I said, it's all math. So then here are the countries. You can put any country you want. I try to stick to the US and Canada. Age groups. I do 18 to 65 sometimes. Sometimes I get a lot more specific when I'm talking about my t-shirt line. So it just depends on what you want to do. Men, women, all. I try to keep it all. It doesn't really. My stuff's pretty generic. So then you cancel or you'd go save. If you were setting this up. And then here, down here, let's show you. Okay, let me see. Okay, so this is where you set your total budget. Okay, this is the amount of money that you're going to spend. Now you can either do $5 and drag it over 7 days, 1 day, or 14 days. Okay, and then this money will get divided up however many dollars and cents per day that it'll be using. So if it was $5 for, let's just say you did 10 days, or I guess let's just say you did $14 for 14 days, that would be $1 a day that it was going to spend. Now that dollar, or however much money is going into that, is dictating how many people on average are going to be actually seeing your post. So up here right now with the math that I have, 1 day, $5 would be gone in 1 day spent from my debit card. This is roughly the amount of people that they're guessing are going to be able to see my post. Now, out of how many of those are actually going to click, I don't know. Who knows, right? The better you get with this up here, and doing your target audience will dictate how many out of these people, which will fluctuate depending on, some of this stuff that you input here. It might go up, might go down between their estimates. But if you get really specific and maybe you don't put every tag under the sun, maybe you stick with 5 or 6 solid tags, so you know that the people are really interested in what you're putting out. This number might be lower, but it might be more effective on who actually likes your post, okay, or who actually clicks and reads your blog. So these are things to take into consideration when you're doing this. Obviously, like I said, set up the duration, run this campaign until whatever day, try to make sure that those match up, and then down here, input your information and click boost. And then that's it. And then the Facebook will decide if they're going to if they're going to accept what you have. You have to follow certain guidelines for Facebook to make sure that that what you're putting up there is appropriate. So I'm not going to hit boost because I don't want them to run my card right now. I'm actually going to hit cancel. But that's how you set up for this. There's other social media sites you can go search for on Google that offer you, different audiences, different traffic. For me, I keep it very simple for Facebook, at least right now. I run my ads strictly from Facebook, and it works for me. There's other sites that sometimes, I'll guest blog for, I'll do certain things to try to pick up traffic from. But as far as just setting a standard ad for Facebook, this is it. This is the bread and butter. It's very simple, very easy, and depending on your target audience and how effective maybe the cover is and your blog title is, that will dictate a lot, as far as how your readers, how many readers you get. So every time I pretty much, I put out a campaign or I put out a blog post or I set an ad, every time I do something like that, it's usually pretty effective. I've gotten pretty good at it. When I started, I was awful. I was really bad at it. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. That's pretty much, hopefully, that you got some good information from that. And yeah, and we'll move on to the next section.